Greetings, YouTube. I have been away. I have been running errands and fixing a dinner meal for my church mom, doing all sorts of things. My man Brian Shadow Strike always keeps me updated with the forums. I really appreciate that, Brian. And he sent me a dev diary on a Friday, March 17th, really, talking about concerns and future improvements. I don't know about you, but I got concerns and would like to hear future improvements, so I'm game to read something today. But if you don't want to read, that's why you clicked on this video. I can read for you. That's what professors should do, right? Since the Battlegrounds launch, we have seen a passionate response from our community. When they say passionate, that's like always an understatement for crazy. Battlegrounds is a fundamentally different game mode than anything else we have offered players in the past. And as with any major change, we know iterate design is going to be needed to get it right. We know iterate design. That's an interesting phrase. The community has already seen some of this in action. For instance, at the launch of Season 1, the community was unhappy with the meta system design. We quickly reworked the systems and retuned the rewards. And now the Battlegrounds store. Battlegrounds ranked rewards and Battlegrounds events are in a much better place. True. However, we know there is much more work to be done. This post will address these concerns as best we can at this point in time. We know the uncertainty around solving some of these problems will not please everyone, but we want to be transparent as possible. This post will not address input-related issues that affect the entire game. For our response to those concerns, see the "Why is it so hard to navigate input issues" post. Well, hey, at least it's navigating you to another post. First and foremost, we have heard from a number of summoners regarding the bugs some of you are encountering within Battlegrounds matches. The top priority issues we're currently tracking are: players receive 0 victory medals from winning a match. Players are auto-assigned their first draft pick. Players are unable to choose defenders, attackers during the draft. Opponents forfeiting appears in the match history as a loss. Opponents forfeiting shows the match result from the prior opponent. Fights begin with less than the intended time of 2 minutes. Fight outcomes are not being captured, resulting in the player having to repeat the fight or an immediate loss. That last one, in terms of the bugs that I've personally tracked on my channel and talked about, is the biggest. The team has been hard at work resolving these issues and are even working to both implement new tech to make it easier to identify and reproduce these issues internally and to ultimately address them as soon as we can. Fixing bugs in Battlegrounds is a major priority for us. Well, we've heard that for months. We want to believe it. But you know what they say? I don't know if this is an American phrase or whatever, but the proof is in the pudding, you know? We got to see it improve to feel the impact. Cheating. The battle against cheaters has been a constant tug of war. As far as we can tell, cheating peaked in Season 3. I don't know if it's safe to say that. When our auto detection systems were having some issues. We solved those problems, and in Season 4, we were able to provide a much cleaner experience for most summoners. Unfortunately, the cheaters have become more sophisticated. We knew that was going to be the case. And in Season 5, we again saw an uptick in cheating. Not nearly to the levels we experienced in Season 3, but more substantial than in Season 4. Well, at least there's some transparency in that statistic. In the short term, we are addressing this problem by modifying our cheat detection algorithms to make them more effective. Thankfully, we now have millions of data points to work with, and we believe we can dramatically improve these systems to combat cheating starting in Season 6. In the long term, we are working on some fundamental tech solutions that will completely change the landscape and make it much more difficult to cheat in our game. These tech solutions will take time, but we wanted to let you all know they are coming. You can all help us by reporting suspicious matches using the in-game report function. Please, however, do not report every account you lose to. Are people really doing that? Are they losing to Battlegrounds and just being like, "You're a cheater"? Like, no matter what? I hope that's not true. That'd be quite depressing. There is a group of players who are doing this, and it is thoroughly unhelpful. Man, that is depressing. We also wanted to note that we are aware of other poor behavior happening at the top of the leaderboards with players manipulating the queuing system? Queuing? Trade block and block summoners from fighting matches. We are working on solutions to these concerns as well. We are committed to winning this fight against those who cheat to get ahead. It will take time, but we will not give up. We thank you all for sticking with us as we continue to make progress. Victory track, matchmaking, and climbing. Recently, DNA 3000 posted a great overview of the concerns related to the victory track, matchmaking, and the ladder climbing experience. The 3 areas he identified in that post were already the 3 areas we were looking to address, so it was great to see some reinforcement of the problem space. We don't align on some of the solutions in that post, but the problem description is spot on. In short, those three interrelated problems are: number one, the way the season reset is handled; two, concerns about matchmaking; and three, the system that allows players to climb or get stuck in the victory track. Every season, all players start at the bottom of the victory track, leading to the gigantic mismatched pool of summoners and a long grind for those who play for the Gladiator circuit every month. To address this, our plan is to seed players to start the season. We're working on a system that will allow us to seed players based on where they finished the season before. Well, that means I'm always going to be at the bottom. We also need tech that will allow summoners to earn the rewards for the victory track ranks below where they are seated. Both of these tech solutions are being worked on right now, but we don't currently have an ETA. It will not be for at least a few seasons, which aka means a few months. Matchmaking. Many summoners have concerns about matchmaking. We absolutely understand the wide range of perspectives on this topic. We know that the experience is not working for most summoners, and we have concluded the only way to address the issue is to change the system. The seeding system described above will keep competitive groups of summoners together and provide better and fairer matches from season to season. Once this system is in place, the victory track and matchmakers will be structured to ensure any player who climbs the victory track and or reaches the Gladiator circuit deserves to be there and didn't simply reach those heights because of softer matches. As mentioned above, implementing the seeding system will take some time. In the meantime, we will continue to tweak the matchmaker every season. We know members of our forum have posted videos showing many low-power accounts in the Gladiator circuit in Seasons 5, but pretty much all of those accounts were cheaters who got there illegitimately. Shots fired. For those uncollected or Cavalier players who in the past seasons have climbed high up on the victory track, it's time to focus on growing your accounts if you want to continue to compete. Shots fired again. There's a lot of shots fired in that post. Climbing. Many summoners have shared that the medal system is too punishing for the average summoner. Right now, a summoner with a 50% win rate will average about 0.3 medals per match without using victory shields. Contrary to what some think, the floor at every rank keeps it from becoming a true zero-sum system. Moreover, the way your wins and losses cluster is a major determining factor in how fast you climb, and this is uncontrollable by players. Additionally, those with a 40% or lower win rate are basically unable to climb at all. Hi, I'm one of those players, but I don't also buy that victory shields, so I don't feel bad for myself because I don't care to buy them. To address these concerns, we're exploring ways to increase the average number of medals earned per match so that a summoner with a 50% win rate has the opportunity to climb more consistently. And some summoners with a sub 50% win rate will also be able to climb at least a little bit. I'm all for that because, again, that impacts me. Unlike the reset and matchmaking problems, we haven't yet settled on a solution to this problem. The solution might only apply to part of the victory track or all of it. It might require you to queue with Elder's Marks. It might only apply to a certain number of matches a day. It might require us to increase medal requirements for some or all of the victory track ranks for any combination of the above. However, the only solution to take away from this section is that we agree that this is a problem. We're working to address it. The solution may or may not be implemented at the same time as seeding is introduced, but our goal is for it to not lag too far behind. In our conclusion, this post focused on large concerns related to battlegrounds, but these aren't the only things we are looking at. We're also exploring things like a solution to the pause exploit and whether or not a significant advantage is gained based on the order participants draft or place defenders. We understand all the concerns the community has related to battlegrounds, and addressing these concerns is a priority. We're working on solutions right now, but they require new tech, and as a result, will take some time to build and test. In the meantime, we hope you can find joy in what we know is a suboptimal experience. We'll continue to communicate once again to have more of a firm timeline and clearer direction related to the climbing problem discussed in section 3 above. Like, I gotta say, overall, this is one of the better posts I've read. Just being objective here, you know? And I gotta say, from the MCOC team, this feels like a huge step in the right direction, but words without actions are hollow and meaningless. So I know it's going to take several months, but like last month when they said that they banned a bunch of people, but there was nobody that was banned in like the top 1,000 or 1,500, it just felt hollow. And players, understandably, were really upset on the forums. I hope that's not the case here. I think the goal for us players as a player base is to see tangible improvements and to know that people are getting punished. The other thing is, if these bans that they're talking about, if they're just 7-day bans, but they don't punish the problem more, then it's a slap on the wrist and people just keep doing it. I think that's also another problem that they're not addressing in that sense. So this was a lot of reading. Definitely one of my longer videos of the month, but I wanted to make it possible to take our time with this and hopefully still keep it under 10 minutes, which if I end this video right now, it can be under 10 minutes and avoid those triple ads. So let's do that. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.